Episode 33, we are back. Had our first internal podcast last week with Connor, and it seemed to be well received, and I think that thing will roll out more often going forward. So maybe we'll get the other Connor on, head of ops, maybe Aaron, assistant, a few others. We could get other creative members on, we could get claw machines, we could get retention, we could get e-commerce, we get pretty much anyone, even fulfillment down the line. So it just depends if there's interest there. I think creative seems to be the most talked about thing in e-commerce, maybe after AI. We don't have anyone who specializes in AI, and it's a buzzword, so I'm going to try and refrain from saying it too much. But I wanted to break down something that's happened in the last week. We finally got fully built the claw machine restocking system, and so that will go live tomorrow. Now, this has been a thing a lot of people have been asking us when we've been sending out the machines. How does it work? Are we going to have service engineers who go out and restock them? And typically that's how claw machines and vending machines work, is that it requires people to manually restock them. We do not plan on doing that. We plan on automating the whole process. So there'll be a key holder at each venue, and they will receive the stock and then put it into the machine on our behalf. Now, we had to figure out a way that we didn't have to rely on the key holder texting us, because that's extra effort on their side. And key holder could be on holiday, say, and just forget to text us, and we lose sales. So we want to automate it based on the number of sales that go through a claw machine. Now, thankfully, Nayax, who are the chip and pin provider on the terminal, they have an online system, an API, which you can pull the number of plays off. Now, not every one of our plays is a win, but we can figure out based on the number of plays how many shirts should have gone out. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe 6, 7, we decided to come up with a system, and we said, right, we need to implement it. We went away, we had an engineer in mind who has built our automation system in the warehouse, and they were really busy. They were delivering on another project for us, which was several weeks delayed. And so we decided to pivot and hire another developer. Now, this was a cause of concern because we trusted the developer who built the warehouse. His job he's done there is incredible. But for building this kind of custom restocking thing, we were going to have to trust someone we'd never used before. And how do you even find the right person? Well, luckily, I have enough confidence from basically our developer who we have for Shopify, who we found through Upwork, that I thought I could repeat the process of posting the job up in Upwork. And if I made the description detailed enough, now keep in mind, all this custom coding stuff, I'm not technical at all, so I don't know what is a good applicant or not. I put up the job post as best that I could, obviously used a bit of AI to tidy it up. We got, I think, maybe 30 to 50 applications, a lot of them from Pakistan, India, which is kind of a right of way for these Upwork jobs that are especially developer heavy. A ton of them came in. We filtered through based on like what their score work was previously. Most people were saying 3 to 4 weeks and roughly the same cost. So when we got down to the best 3, I started asking them questions with the help of AI, and then the best one I chose. So about 4 weeks later now, we have a fully fledged app that we can log into, team members can log into. We can see the state of each machine. It automatically triggers orders that go into our Shopify, so our team can just fulfill orders in our Shopify. So it's fully automated. Like this will scale now. So as we grow to 800 machines, this restocking mechanism will grow to 800. And I think the great thing about it is for customers, and that's claw machine vendors essentially, they won't have to put any manual effort other than accepting delivery and inputting into their machine, which is really a 1-minute chore. So that is going live. By the time this video is posted on the Sunday, it'll be live and operational. I'm really excited for that. For the investment, it cost us about 3,000 Great British pounds, maybe actually less. It is going to be a unique piece of IP that no one else can really replicate that will propel us forward. Another thing I want to touch on then is something that we have been doing for a month, similar to this automation project, is our marketing. So we'd always been sending emails through Klaviyo, first of all, for the first 2 years of the business. Then Klaviyo got IPO'd and it became really expensive. So we pivoted to Sendlane, which were like the hot topic of the minute. Then the Sendlane founder quit Sendlane, and so Sendlane kind of went to the dogs. Klaviyo kind of got cheaper and better. At the start of this year, when we brought on Alex as the e-commerce growth assistant, I wanted to bring in WhatsApp and SMS more because those 2 channels we just neglected. SMS for the US, WhatsApp for the UK. We looked at providers for each of those. So I think PostScript for SMS and GoQuick for WhatsApp. However, Klaviyo was actually cheaper for both of them. So we decided to go with Klaviyo on that front and pivot our emails back in so that we have an all-in-one platform that has everything within it. So the last couple of weeks we've been putting together that. Now, I think I was foolish not betting on Klaviyo. I guess it was good leadership at the time. I didn't see that. The Klaviyo post-IPO would be really focused on growth, and growth for them is new sales channels, which is WhatsApp and SMS. So they've just been eating more into competitors like PostScript and like GoQuick, and their product seems to be much better. So yeah, I just thought when they IPO'd and they started putting up prices, I was like, this is inevitable. They're just going to go to the dogs now that they have to make quarterly reports, profit sales reports. So they have to basically just reports by increasing and cutting costs, which normally means bad engineers. But the product's much better now, so I'm full in on Klaviyo. Another thing I want to touch on is our team, and especially the growth, which really is a function we've built out. And now that everyone's been in for at least 2 months, we started at the start of this year, so we're 1 quarter in with everyone in the team. So that is Alex in e-commerce growth, Scott in retention, Ross in claw machines, and then Dara in kind of new ventures. The 4 of them, although Dara is just 1 day a week, has been really good because now the emphasis has kind of come off me in terms of pulling the levers that create growth. So by levers, I mean website tests, ad management. That's all done by Alex, and emails, although emails wasn't done by me before. So that's kind of come off of me, which is really good. Retention, which was on me, but I neglected massively. That's all on Scott. And then claw machines, which I never really done because it wasn't a thing in the business, is now all done by Ross. And then Dara's looking at new things like Australia and such like that. We're in a really great place because people are stepping up, they're learning, and it was a bit manic getting people up to scratch, especially because bar Ross, no one really had any experience in their new jobs. They were all taken from careers outside of e-commerce and brought into them. But now we're getting there, and why I'm mentioning this is because someone the other day when we were out kind of relaxing, a business friend, he said to me, you know, how's this year going? What's the plans like for the World Cup and stuff like that? And I was like, you know, if I died tomorrow, the business would still grow because the skills in the business now are significant, that people are developing things, everyone knows their job, especially sales wise with the growth team, it's all handled, which is a really nice place to be. And if you said that maybe a year ago, yes, we could function in terms of fulfilling and creative, but we maybe couldn't do the sales. But we've come a long way there, and it makes me quite happy. And maybe the next step, as I've touched on before, is as we continue to grow, maybe adding more people to the team in growth or adding middle layer management. But it's not really needed at the minute because my management style is quite just go off and do rather than micromanage. I promised I wouldn't touch on AI, but I've wrote this actually down in my notes, and I do want to talk on it because I was out for lunch with another business owner the other day, and he was saying to me how he was at an event where people were just saying they don't want to hire because of AI. They think, you know, if I hired for this role right now in 3 months' time and AI can help me do it, then, you know, it's a waste of money. Now, AI will help drive efficiencies, but for me looking at it, okay, so if you have one person and their output is say X because of AI, now if you have 10 people and their output is X because of AI, then you have 10x the output of what one person does. So I don't think being narrow and having a really small organization is necessary. I think you still need to hire good people. I think AI just makes good people do exceptionally more work, essentially. I guess it's 2 ways to look at it. It's kind of like glass half full, glass half empty. My view is that it's coming, it's getting better and better, and good people will be able to do even better work. Now, we don't really have multiple people working on one thing. Everyone each has their own wee area, apart from creative, who do work kind of on the same thing of creating really good ads. So I guess in that respect, we're not double jobbing, where in some organizations there might be a lot of double jobbing, say if you have sales or appointment setters and stuff like that. So we're in a good place with regards to that. But that was just my take on it. And I said that to them when I was having lunch. I was like, if you do the math, your output could be 10x or it could be X. That's all for this episode. I've got a couple of special ones coming up, so I'm going to touch on the Christmas market and what the costs and what the profits and everything was on that. I then want to cover another guest episode, and then I'm going to be traveling on the road. I'm away in America for a month, so I'm going to record a couple of episodes, one from Austin and one from New York. We've been planning planning that today, and it should be pretty cool as like a catch up about what's been going on. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back next week.